Chris, would you like to start, kick us off?
Sure. Do I have the share capability?
Let me probably that would be given to you by Cesar.
Let me try it. Yes, I can share. All right. My name is Christopher Herring. I'm the Executive Director of Global Chamber San Antonio. I'm very happy to greet all of you today. This is a Globinar and a meetup that we're doing for Europe. Today we're going to get some opportunities to hear from experts in terms of what Europe is doing, as well as the Czech Republic. And right now we're looking at the Global Chamber website. The Global Chamber website is basically where we unify all of our metros, our 525 metropolitan markets, under one umbrella. So when you have a membership with Global Chamber, you're connected to the world. And so I want to encourage each of you, when you have a chance, go to globalchamber.org and then go to the calendar. And on the calendar, you'll see that we have events that are planned throughout the month of March. There's something for everyone. And this is where we connect leaders virtually, and we create the community in which we really need to promote international business, international trade. And so please visit our website. Monica, I'll turn it back over to you so you can get rolling with our guest.
Cool. Thank you. So, well, good afternoon. My name is Monika Procházková, and I'm the current chair of the Global Chamber San Antonio. And I'm originally from the Czech Republic, so I'm really excited about today's presentations. And before we start, I'd like to take a quick moment and recognize the first day of Women's History Month. It is so important to reflect on the great past and present contributions of women all around the world, and to keep creating more opportunities for women to succeed and be represented in all fields. So thank you all for everything you do at your organizations and to support women and further your diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. So, and I would like to welcome our speakers here. So Mr. Bob Braubach from Law Offices of Bob Braubach is a well-recognized attorney and counselor. He received his law degree from the University of Texas School of Law in Austin and master's degree in international and comparative law from Free University in Brussels in Belgium. His professional experience includes the Commission of European Communities and several international law firms. He is the current honorary consul for Namibia, for South Texas, past honorary consul for Belgium, and the current economic advisor for the Czech Republic for Texas. He's an expert in commercial real estate law and related areas. Bob has given numerous local and international speeches and written publications about trends in foreign investment in the US real estate, about conducting business in Europe, in the Czech Republic and Mexico, and about international real estate, just to name a few. So thank you, Bob, for joining us today. And I would like to also welcome Mr. Levan Bokeria. He's the head of Czech Trade Austin. He studied international relations and security studies at the Faculty of Social Science at the Charles University in Prague. He previously worked for the state agency for business and investment development called Czech Trade, where he specialized in foreign direct investment and trade. He also gained experience as director of the Czech Trade Promotion Office in Azerbaijan and Georgia. And he's currently responsible for opening the new Czech Trade Office in Austin, Texas. So his goal is to support trade relations between the Czech Republic and the United States and to create new opportunities for cooperation in the field of trade and investment. So, and with that, I would like to leave the virtual floor to Levan.
Thank you for warm welcome. I'm glad to be here. I just arrived actually 2 days ago from Prague. I was in a brief visit in Prague, but I moved to Texas in the beginning of January, so it's my third month here. We are opening our Czech Trade office in Austin, Texas. I'm really excited about it. Actually, we will have the ceremonial opening in 2 weeks on the 14th of March with ribbon cutting. Actually, the governor Greg Abbott will cut the ribbon, and our director and also our minister of the trade and industry, who is coming with his delegation in March in Texas to open the office, and also to engage a lot of business forums and business talks. So I'm really excited about it. I see great potential in Texas. I think Czech companies can find a lot of partners here, and also American companies can find a lot of partners in the Czech Republic. Should I start with the presentation, or?
Yes, please, go ahead.
So I'll try to share the screen. Just give me a second. All right. Okay. Does it work? Do you see the presentation?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So I'll try to do it. There are many slides, but I'll try to do it as quick as possible. So company I represent, it's a governmental company. It's a trade promotion organization. Czech Trade is founded by the Ministry of Industry and Trade. We have more than 20 years of experience. Czech Trade was founded in 1997. What we do is we are official go-to partner for foreign companies that are looking for qualified Czech-based companies. We have amazing overview of Czech manufacturers and service providers. Pretty much all bigger Czech companies are listed in our database, so we can provide you the opportunity to meet the partners from your field. Also, we help Czech companies to find partners in foreign markets. We got more than 50 offices around the world, so we cover pretty much all markets. And Czech Republic is really export oriented economy. So we're trying to help Czech companies to be successful. So these are our offices. The most offices we have in Europe, pretty much in all bigger states, we have one of our office. Also, we are present in Africa, in Asia. We have office in Australia and North and South America. In the United States, we have the main office in Chicago. Then we have shared offices with Czech Invest, which is the investment agency in the Czech Republic, our sister agency. We have shared offices in New York and San Francisco. And then this month, we are opening new office here in Austin. Czech Republic, just a brief overview of the Czech Republic. Czech Republic is, as we call it, lies in the heart of the Europe. Our geographical location is amazing. We're in the middle, so for Czech companies, it's quite easy to find partners in Germany, in Poland, pretty much everywhere, because the infrastructure is really well developed, and it's easy to connect with other European countries. Czech Republic has really old industrial tradition. Actually, In the beginning of the 20th century, Czech Republic used to be Czechoslovakia, and Czechoslovakia was one of the most developed industrial countries in the world. So industry has a huge tradition, and we have really skilled labor force in industry. And it's still the costs are still reasonable. So a lot of foreign companies are moving their headquarters or their the factories into Czech Republic because the force is really skilled and the cost is still moderate. Okay, so we're not that big country, but it's 78,000 kilometers. We are neighbors with Germany, Poland, Slovakia, and Austria. Population is around 10.5 million. Capital is beautiful Prague. Other large cities is Brno, Pilsen, the city of the beer, and also Ostrava. We still don't have euros. We're using Czech crowns. We're a parliamentary democracy. Czech Republic is divided between 14 regions. We are part of the European Union, NATO, World Trade Organization, and other major organizations. As you see on the map, you can see that we're pretty close to other major European cities. Vienna is just 250 kilometers close. Berlin is around 400 kilometers close. It's 4 hours actually drive. So as you see, it's really close, and the infrastructure is really developed. As I mentioned in the beginning, the Czech Republic's export economy, we export more goods than we import. So we're in a surplus balance. You can see a little decline in 2020, but now we're back on the track, so export is growing. What kind of goods we exporting the most? The most is machinery and transport equipment. The Czech Republic is an automotive country. We have huge automotive industry. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But as you see, almost 60% of our export is made by machinery and transport equipment. Also, a big percent is manufactured goods, and then other articles. Mostly we export to European Union. The main export partners is Germany, Slovakia, Poland, our neighbors, but also 21% we export outside of the European Union, and among those countries, the United States is actually our biggest partner outside of the European Union. So this was the brief overview. Let's talk about business opportunities. What are the main fields we're good at? What kind of products maybe you know from Czech Republic and you didn't know it's actually from the Czech Republic. And the last thing is Czech inventions, because Czechs are actually really, for the small nation like ours, it's unbelievable what kind of amazing things we invented. So main pillars of Czech manufacturing industry is automotive industry. It's electronics, electrical engineering, engineering in general, chemistry, food industry. One of the reasons actually we decided to open our office in Texas is that Czech industry and Texas industry is kind of similar. We are strong in the fields, in the same fields, so that's why the connection really makes sense. Engineering industry, so the biggest industry we have. it's automobile industry. We have famous car called Skoda. It's not sold in the United States, unfortunately, because Skoda car is like today it's owned by Volkswagen, and Volkswagen decided to keep the US market for their cars. So Skoda cars can be sold in the United States, but except here, it's really famous car, and a lot of we export it like a lot in the world. So 26% of the industrial production is automotive. It's a 23% of the Czech export. Can see that many people are employed in this field, and one of the most famous brands, actually the second oldest car factory, Tatra, is still existing in the Czech Republic. It still works. They're building these huge trucks, and also the fire trucks. They have really good engine. They're really strong cars. So today they're really popular in the mining field or in difficult territories. So it's still doing very well. Czechs really export these Tatra cars, and the automotive industry is doing really good. And also we have this Skoda Auto. Another industry is engineering industry. Again, one of the largest industries. We are really good at weighing, packaging, mechanical components, special purpose parts. It's not that attractive industry, but we're really good at it, and we export a lot of it. Again, engineering, so production of metal constructions, semi-finished products, steam boilers, radiators, weapons. We have many companies that are focused on defense. Maybe you know one of the really famous Czech company called CZ. They're producing guns, and they recently bought Colt. So on the United States market, they are using Colt to distribute their guns. So CZ is also really big company and really famous in the world. Cutting machines, forming machines. One of the fields I want to actually focus while opening this office in Texas, because Texas is huge in energetics, and Czech companies are quite successful in this field as well. A lot of Czech companies are participating in the energy projects worldwide. We have a lot of companies focusing on the cables, conductors, transformers, but also in more interesting kinds of energy as green energy, nuclear energy, and so on. So I think Texas, because it's one of the leading regions for energy, Czech companies have they got like big chance or big potential here to be successful. Chemical and plastic industry. A lot of companies are focused on this. It's the second most important branch of the manufacturing industry in the Czech Republic. Main customers are automotive. We actually supply a lot of German companies with our plastic industry. A lot of foreign companies come to Czech Republic to find suppliers in this field. So again, Czech Republic, even it's not that well known, chemical and plastic industry is one of the biggest exporters in the Czech Republic. Electronics and electrotechnics, again, one of the really important industries. Semiconductors, optoelectronics, these things with optics, Czech Republic is really good at it. We have really, let's say, developed this value-added industries where you need really good workforce and good education. So we have experts in this field. And last not least, the food industry. Czechs have a lot of interesting companies that are successful worldwide, even in the States. For example, there is this company called Emco. They're selling the protein bars to Walmart. It's a little bit hard to be successful in this field in the United States because demand is huge, and Czech companies, when they are successful and the big chain from the United States want to buy their products, sometimes they want so much of it that Czech companies are unable to produce that much. So that's our experience, that sometimes this finds the problems that product is good, but they are not able to produce that much of it. Yeah. So when you say Czech Republic, there are some of the products people actually think about right after the name of the country. It's Czech glass, Czech porcelain, Bohemian crystal. It's world known. Also the optics, nanotechnology, IT sector. These developed sectors, we're really strong at it. Medical equipment, we are making, for example, the world famous beds for hospitals, and Czech companies are really successful in this, even it's a kind of small field. And of course, beer. We are really proud of it. In Europe, everyone knows Czech beer. When I came to the United States, I actually what I've experienced that when I say, "Oh yeah, do you have Czech beer?" That most people they know the Belgian beers, but Czech beer is not that famous here. But hopefully we will change that and we'll bring more Czech beer. Actually, there's a little store across my apartment that they sell Czech beer. Those are well, so I was happy about that. So this is a little famous people you might know. Scientist Otto Wichterle, he invented the lenses. Antonín Holý, Olympic. I'm pretty sure you guys know Jaromír Jágr, the hockey player. He played many years in the United States. We have famous classical music composers as Antonín Dvořák, Bedřich Smetana, so on. Filmmaking industry as Jiří Menzel or Miloš Forman, also known in the United States. So inventions, discoveries, and innovations. The beer, I talked about it. Not many people actually know that Pilsner type of beer is originally from the Czech Republic. Pilsner is the city in the Czech Republic, Pilsen, and this headmaster of the brewmaster, Josef Groll, he invented the light type of beer. Before that, actually, everyone was drinking dark beer, but in Pilsen in the city, they invented this light beer, and now it's called Pilsner type. But not many people know that the Pilsner it's a city in the Czech Republic. Also, Czechs invented the sugar cube. That's not many people knew. Upon per bean, or classification of 4 blood groups, also invented by Czech scientists. Contact lenses, Otto Wichterle already mentioned that. Glass nail file. Yeah, also we invented that. Interesting, right? Currently, Czechs are really good at this. We try to move from the industrial country to technology-oriented country. So we are attracting the companies that are bringing high added value. We have many qualified and skilled engineers, scientists, and many really interesting startups. So in Czech Republic, there lies huge potential. If you want to learn a little bit more about the Czech Republic, Czech Trade actually sponsors this website. It's called businessinfo.cz, and you can get many informations about the Czech Republic. For example, how to start a business, what are the tax system, for example, what's the investment climate in the Czech Republic, what are current opportunities to invest. Also, we put our events into the calendar when we have useful seminars, or we organize some business trade missions. You can find it there. It's really interesting, and you can get many informations about the Czech Republic business-wise on this businessinfo.cz. Quickly, let's focus on the services we can provide. So we are go to the information services for exporters. Every year we are publishing the guidebooks. We have market analysis. We have in headquarters in Prague the professional consultants who are experts in the different fields, and they can consult with the companies their needs. We organize these B2B missions. This is one of the things I also want to focus in Texas. I want to bring companies from different fields and to organize them the B2B meetings. Every mission will be focused on something else. For example, in San Antonio, I know the cybersecurity is huge, so I would like to organize business mission with the Czech cybersecurity companies, smaller mission with 6-7 companies, and that they would come to San Antonio, and they would have meetings with the partners in San Antonio. So I think that would be really helpful. So we're organizing this, and also we're organizing the Czech booths on the international exhibitions and trade fairs. It's really popular among the Czech companies. Also, the last thing, the export education. We're organizing conferences, courses, seminars. We have a whole department focused on the education. So we want to help our exporters to be better, to sell better. You know, we have this kind of problem that we have amazing products, but Czechs are not that good salesmen. Americans are amazing salesmen. They can sell everything, right? It's something we need to learn. Czechs are shy. They underestimate themselves. Sometimes you have amazing product, but they can sell it well. They're like, oh, it's good, but you know, it has some mistakes. They don't sell it as amazing. So I think we need to work on that, and that's Czech Trade is trying to do to educate our exporters to be better. Also, we support the foreign companies. We provide the information about the trade in the Czech Republic. We can identify the list of potential suppliers. So if the foreign companies come to us and they will tell us, okay, we are looking for suppliers in this field, we organize all B2B meetings for them. We can organize even the visit so they can fly to the Czech Republic, and we will take care of them, and we'll find suitable business partners for them. It's really popular, this service. It's for foreign companies, it's for free. So if you're interested in the Czech Republic, if you want to find partners that are in there, make sure you contact me, and we can help you with that. Sourcing days, that's the thing actually I was saying. Organizing this B2B meetings for foreign companies with the Czech partners in the field they will select. So I tried to be as fast as possible to fit in 20 minutes. Thank you very much. If any questions, please feel free to ask. So I'm located in Austin. This is my email. This is my new American phone number, so you can reach me on this contact. So thank you for attention, and if any questions, please feel free to ask.
Great. Thank you so much, Levan. And thanks for sharing the contact information. I was about to ask you if you would like to share your contact. So I do have a quick question. I know we will follow with Bob's presentation as well. But you mentioned there are several offices, Czech Trade offices across the United States. Do you have any specific area of interest? You know, do you specialize in any specific area in Austin, or do you really help any companies?
Yeah, this is something we actually need to think about, because so far we were covering all fields. As we are opening the new office, because the Chicago, which was the main Czech Trade office in the United States, was covering like all different fields. Now, as we open the Austin, we need to think about if we divide our focus on the fields, or we do it geographically. So maybe I will cover the south of the United States, and Chicago will cover the north. But I want to focus, me personally, I want to focus the most on IT sector, technology sector, the aerospace, energy, automotive, the fields Texas is really strong in, and also Czech Republic. But we can help companies from all fields.
Hey, this is Professor Topinka from Texas State University. Monica and I know each other, and I'm very, very proud of my Czech heritage. But you should also include healthcare. Healthcare is growing in this part of Texas, and there's a lot of Czech business that could find a great place in this environment. So I would ask you to put healthcare on there, because with the population of the numbers, you just can't help but notice the increase in healthcare.
I agree. This field is also pretty strong in the Czech Republic. So we just opened, we are trying to cover the interest of the Czech companies. What kind of companies are interested in Texas? I think healthcare can be one of those fields. And if we find enough developed, big enough Czech companies, they want to try to export to Texas, I'll be happy to organize, for example, the business mission of the Czech healthcare companies to Texas.
Levan,
yes.
How are you? Great presentation, and I congratulate you for your trade surplus. Not many countries have that privilege in the world. That's wonderful to know. What are the most important products you ship to the United States?
So the most it's from different fields. The automotive, which we are strongest at, we can't ship to the United States, or we don't do it that much. There's a lot of IT companies, technological companies that now are really successful in the United States. The machinery, we sell a lot of machinery, especially to Illinois. And there are some food companies that they're quite successful. So it's from different fields. There's no one. The biggest market, I would say, okay, this is the main thing we are successful in the United States.
Thank you so much.
Levan, I have a question. Do you have any current businesses in Texas that you'll be leveraging in your relationship building? Some success stories in which you'll be taking on the road, so to speak.
Yes. So as the company is quite, or the office here is quite young. So far, I'm working on some projects right now. I would say that it's on the good way. I think that we will find them suitable partners here. Success story of Czech Trade, that as we helped Czech company to Texas. We don't have this yet, but actually what's really big field in the United States, not only Texas but also Florida. We sell a lot of small aircrafts. the ultralight aircrafts. We are one of the world leading country in the manufacturing the ultralight aircrafts, and United States is huge market for that. So there are many different Czech companies that are successfully selling their aircrafts to the United States. Actually, I'm working right now with one company that want to sell their know-how how to build. They are looking for a partner that wants to invest in their aircraft and build it in the United States, because they have so big demand. They are unable to build enough of the aircrafts in the Czech Republic, so they are looking for building their factory here in the United States.
Hey, sir, this is Professor Topinka again. I've been really pushing for Czech Heritage Month celebration on campus, but more importantly, the importance of Czech Heritage Month in Texas as a whole. I think you really need to think of the value of October and Czech Heritage Month and the legal status that Czechs have in terms of our celebrations in October. You really need to get the industries to come and really make that celebration in October so prominent. There are so many products now out there that people take for granted, like a Kolach or Kolachki and the Bevo and the different beer. If there was a way to get those products into the market and put them out there in October and get that visibility and the celebrations and the dancing and the camaraderie, I'm telling you, October is a absolutely great month of the year for you to be out there with that corporate sponsorship and involvement with the members of the Czech community, like me, Monica, Mr. Trompota. You've got a ready-made group of people out there that can dance for you. You bring the corporations in, and we could have one. See, Mr. Herring is already dancing because he knows that I'm talking about polka. There is so much that you can do here that it's a gold mine. It's just talking to all these people. But I'm telling you, October is like celebration month like crazy.
I do need to second that. Thank you so much, Joe, for bringing it up. So, and thank you, Levan, for sharing the information about Czech trade, also the opportunities that are out there, and we'll for sure follow up on that as well. And with that, I would also like to pass the mic to Bob, so he can also share more updates about the Czech Republic and Europe in general.
Hey, thank you, Monica and Chris, for inviting me to join you today. I think the timing is excellent for Czech Trade to open their office in Texas, and items that I think are always important. I always bring up to companies when they're looking at Texas for foreign investment. Number one, we're the 9th largest economy in the world. Governor Abbott emphasizes that continuously. Number two, Texas leads all U.S. states as a #1 exporter in the United States for 17 years, and this year's exports were $375 billion. $125 billion go to Mexico. Mexico is our largest trading partner for Texas. And if you look at the increase of trade when NAFTA was signed in 1994, signed here in San Antonio, and then it's been replaced by the USMCA, you see significant increase in trade between Texas and Mexico. And I think that this is a point that I continue to point out that and Czech companies can benefit from the Texas market, but they also need to access Mexico. We have Navistar here. They just set up a truck plant in San Antonio. They hired 650 people, over a $400 million investment. They bought 425 acres. And I asked the general manager why you selected San Antonio. He said 2 reasons: shorter and more regional supply chains, and secondly, access to Mexico. So that's what companies, a lot of companies are looking for, particularly in automobile parts and distribution of automobile parts, is also adding the Mexican market. Navistar has a plant in northern Mexico. So European companies can take advantage of this. They can set up they can do business in Texas. They have a tremendous market here with no foreign investment restrictions, no state income tax, a easy labor market, and then they can build their presence here and set up supply chains to also sell products in Mexico. That's where I'm seeing companies look more and more. They want to look at two markets. I think that a couple factors too that we have to look at when we're looking at foreign investment and exports is we have a very strong U.S. dollar. Hey, and the currency factor is very important in foreign investment and in exports. So the U.S. dollar, I think, gives companies, it makes foreign investment more expensive here, and also our exports more expensive, but it also gives companies more assurance that our economy is doing well. So I think the U.S. dollar, I think also we need to always look at the new U.S. Reduction Act, Inflation Reduction Act, that President Biden put into place a few months ago. And what is its effect going to be on foreign investment and foreign trade? European companies, particularly in the European Union, in Brussels, are concerned about it. And they feel that it's giving, particularly in automobile production, advantages to U.S. companies. So we need to deal with that. In my opinion, that will mean there may be more European manufacturers who will move and set up their locations in the U.S. to take advantage of the U.S. Inflation Reduction Act. Another important point, I think, is also Texas has no foreign investment restrictions. Okay, you can set up a company, it's 100% foreign owned. You can buy real estate, it's 100% foreign owned. There is a new law proposed that would ban investment by Chinese, North Korea, Iran, and Iranian investment in Texas real estate. And so we don't know whether it will pass or not, but we need to take note of that. Canada has set up a new law that bans foreign investment for the next 2 years in residential housing. So you're seeing some countries do that. So I think those points are important, but I think with the Texas economy doing well, our real estate market doing well, our energy market, the fact we have no foreign investment restrictions, the fact that we're business friendly, we have a lot of benefits to work with foreign companies, and to exports lead to jobs and create jobs, and it leads to foreign investment. I think also from San Antonio, we do have a company that bought a radio station in Prague, Clear Channel Communications, which was headed by Mr. Mays and founded by Mr. McCombs, one of the top businessmen we'll ever have, who deceased this week. But anyway, they purchased a radio station in Prague to use it as a stepping stone to do more business in Central Europe. I think that when I was in Brussels recently at a trade conference, the three factors that I see, the most important things over there that they're focusing on, is the effect of the Russian invasion in Ukraine. And secondly, how that's affecting the energy industry. And I think with and their high inflation rate. But I think the energy sector, there are going to be more and more EU companies look at renewable energy opportunities in Texas, particularly in wind and particularly in solar. And I think medical, San Antonio has a lot to offer with the South Texas Medical Center. 1 out of 6 jobs in San Antonio comes out of the medical center. And there are foreign doctors. We had a Czech doctor who was head of emergency at the Bexar County Hospital, and there are more and more foreign doctors coming over. There are opportunities for companies to connect, to do research, to do programs, cooperation with our medical sector, because we have one of the best medical sectors and centers in the United States. In cancer, with the UT Health Science Center, it engages over 900 doctors and scientists. And these are leading professionals in all sectors. And the UT Health is global. UT Health traveled with me over to South Africa. They're doing projects all over the world. So I think that's another very good opportunity for Czech companies to connect with the medical sector. And the medical sector in San Antonio is only getting bigger and more important. And it's also connected with MD Anderson, or the leading cancer treatment and specialist in the world. So I think those are just a few points that I thought were that are important. And I think that there'll be more and more good opportunities. I think connecting with the South Texas economy is kind of an economy of its own because of that access to Mexico. You got Laredo, who's a busy 2 hours from San Antonio, and it's the busiest port, inland port in the United States. More retail trade goes through Laredo than any other city. We also have the Mexican consulate here in San Antonio, opened in 1861. One of the oldest and largest consulates in the United States. And we have a Mexican consul general, Minuti, who's very interested in helping companies do business in Mexico, helping companies trade with Mexico. So why not look and combine two markets, Texas with access to Mexico? Those are my points today. I hope they're helpful. And one other point I'll say, that Texas prides itself as an easy place to do business. I've noticed that the Czech Republic is doing much better in that respect too. You can form an SRO company in the Czech Republic now much easier than you could before. I can form one in one day. You don't need a foreign director, and you don't need capital when you form it. And that's very similar to the way Texas is. Texas, you can form an LLC in one day, and you just need a registered agent and a registered office, but you don't have a capital requirement. So formation of companies is important. And that's one of the first steps a new company will do when it's going into a new area, is set up a company for liability protection. So if you have a good corporate statute that makes it easy and not bureaucratic, I think that's helpful. So I think formation of companies is always important to new companies when they're investing or exporting. So those are a couple of points I wanted to make, and I hope they're helpful to you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Bob. I would like to actually follow up with a question just about forming companies. So you do have experience with Mexico and Europe, and also local companies. Is there a difference, let's say, for European companies forming an LLC here? Are there any restrictions on that, or is it pretty much straightforward as for
let me say,
companies?
In Texas, the most popular company to form and to use in doing business is the limited liability company. 67% of all companies formed in Texas are LLCs. Why? They give you good liability protection. If you were sued, they would sue the company, not the members. Secondly, you have flow through taxes and expenses and income that flow through directly to the members. So the company doesn't pay a tax. Thirdly, it's easy management. And in Texas, it can be 100% foreign owned. So you're seeing more companies throughout Europe move towards the LLC model. And this SRO in the Czech Republic is doing well. And I think you'll see more companies when they go to Czech Republic to do business, they use the SRO. It's much less expensive to form them than before. But I do a number of international real estate projects, so I can go to most any country and put together a team with a notary, if it's in a civil law country, in the US with a title company, an engineer, a real estate broker, and an accountant, and put together a real estate venture. So yes, I'm seeing company formation become easier throughout many countries in the European Union, even in countries like Spain. It's easier to form their it's an LLC similar model, and Belgium has a very good one that works as well.
Great. Thank you. That's really good to hear that we're moving forward. Less paperwork, faster process. So for sure, for companies, it's something that they're always looking for, right? To start, and how easy it is for them.
Yes.
Great. Well, do we have any questions and any comments anyone would like to add? I saw Joe's comment that he would like to bring some Czech candies to Texas. So we do have some global logistics.
I know, but Monica, there's the Cofilla bars are just so good. They are so good.
Great. So I see some opportunities here. So thank you so much, both, for sharing your knowledge, your experience from your trip to Europe. Thank you so much, Levin, for sharing the information about Czech trade. So we're really looking forward to the official opening, or the grand opening that it's coming up. And we would definitely like to, as a Global Chamber San Antonio, support you and really connect you, so we can create more business opportunities for Czech companies, and also for local companies to connect with the Czech Republic.
Robert, do you have a question? You're talking, but we're not hearing you. Try it again.
That's probably the microphone. Let's see.
Try it one more time. You have to unmute, Robert. No, we're still not hearing you. I apologize. Can you put your question in the chat and we could read it, perhaps? And while you do that, I'm going to share an upcoming event, and then we'll come back for Robert's question. We have a relationship with the Texas Diversity Council, and as our chairwoman Monica mentioned earlier, this is Women's History Month starting today. So let's get excited about it, men. Yes. The Texas Diversity Council has a Women's Leadership Symposium that I want you all to put on your calendar. It's going to be an outstanding event. I want to also say thank you to our chairwoman for being on the board of the Texas Diversity Council, leading the efforts in diversity, equity, inclusion. And so well done, Monica. But the date is very simple. It's going to be March 23rd. You can see the time there. The theme, Rising in Resilience, Achieving Empowerment Through Advancement and Adaptability. And then they have some panelists. And I'm looking at the panelists, and I do see one name that looks familiar, which is Alice Pope. She is actually related to one of our San Antonio board members, Ed Pope, and she works with Amazon. So look, this is an exciting opportunity for you to be able to see what's going on this month with Women's History Month, courtesy of the Texas Diversity Council and the National Diversity Council. So thank you again for that opportunity just to plug this event. I'll turn it back over to you, Monica.
Hey, Mr. Herring, I really think we need to have an October Diversity Month event for Czech Heritage Month. I'm just going to say that out there and
You know what?
get some kolachki out there.
I loved your idea so much. That is a conversation that we're going to have. I think that you hit bullseye when you said it. We're going to follow up with it. I do believe that there's a special time that, at least when I was in the military, we had Oktoberfest. And Oktoberfest was on all the military installations.
Yeah, I did the same thing when I was in the military too, but we never had kolachki day or something like that. So I've been doing this now for 2 years at Texas State. We had polka with the professor last year, and I'm willing to polka with Monica anytime. Okay.
All right. Well, let's make a plan. So, Robert, can we hear you now?
I think it will be the audio connection. Well, I will for sure follow up with Robert just to see if what kind of what questions he has, so we can get back to him. So Robert is actually the president of the Burke County Czech Heritage Society. So thank you so much for joining us. So another great connection in the Texas Czech puzzle here. So thank you so much. So everyone have a great afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll provide the follow-up information through emails. So
yes, and thank you, City of San Antonio, Alfred, for your comment. The Global Chamber will follow up. We believe we've got a lot out of this meeting today.
Definitely,
lots of opportunities. Alfred, do you want to say something?
No, definitely. We welcome Czech companies here, and yourself, Levon, to come down and visit. We'd love to host you. And I can tell you, I'm organizing some meetings for some international communities right now with cyber. And that community ecosystem is very welcoming and enjoy meeting others, sharing best practices and collaborating. So we'll be waiting.
Thank you.
I also see Valerie Sue in the meeting. She's in the Austin area. So hopefully she can put her contact in there. And Robert, Bob, thank you so much. Your words today on point. You led us to where we needed to go. Thank you so much. You've been a great supporter of Global Chamber San Antonio, Global Chamber Texas in general. So thank you again.
My pleasure.
thank you all.
All right, y'all have a great day. Be blessed.
Thank you. Have a good one.